What up, guys? The offensive Madman Kyle Robinson coming to you today with more Hand of Fate 2. In the last video, we were playing in the star scenario, got to the end, died, and rather than subject you to the last 4 hours of my life, basically I got to the point where we made it to previously, and I'm going to go ahead and start recording once I figured out that we would be able to get through it in one go. So we're going to do things a little differently than normal just because we have rearranged this deck quite a bit, and I'm going to break the deck down so that you have a better understanding of how to complete this scenario, because it is a bitch. So first, let's get caught up on where we are here. We have unlocked all 4 portals. You come out there, there's your 4th one. Little bit of trajectory, and finally you hit this portal, break it open, and you get the summoning. Now, as you'll notice, I have 142 out of 150 life, 30 food, no gold, no fame. Fun fact, gold and fame. Gold is nice, fame is about useless in this scenario. I'm going to break down the cards I put in the deck and why they're useful to you once we complete this boss fight. So let's go ahead, jump in here. Oh, you will have a metric shitload.
Thus the gates open and my story begins.
You will have a metric shitload of curses by the time this is done, because the 3rd stage of this essentially gives you a curse at every single turn. Every card gives you a curse. It's a pain in the ass. So you get to the summoning. You follow the ominous beam of light up to the foothills and a summit overlooking the countryside. Yet another portal stands surrounded by mages, necromancers, and witches. This one is much, much larger than the others. Flames dance at the edge of the maelstrom. Assholes galore. A group of levitating mages begin to cast an incantation. The I don't know that word. Cacophony? Let's go cacophony. Of the portal clashes with the roaring storm winds until all you can hear is a deep and powerful heartbeat. As they chant something unintelligible, a decrepit arm extends from the fiery maelstrom. A robed figure, its face obscured by a ragged hood, steps from the flaming portal to stand before the assembled mages. It reaps with a voice low and unused. I have returned to reclaim my place at the table. A new era awaits. The mages and necromancers fall to their hands and knees in reverence. They fall to pious silence as he speaks again. For returning my objects of power, you will be rewarded. He leans heavily on his staff and waves his arm. Gold and trinkets appear and clatter to the ground before him. The figure nods at his subjects and disappears in a burst of flame. Eventually, the mages realize they're not alone. Now, fun fact, what you didn't see in some of my previous attempts at this was that I made it to this point before with little health, and I do mean little health, and ended up really getting fucked out of everything. First thing here, you're gonna, what the fuck, you hit hard. You're gonna want to take out the Wraith first, because the Wraith will suck you fucking bloody. It is unpleasant. You don't want to deal with that bullshit. But I was real fucking close. Shit. Real close to completing this quest the other day, and lo and behold, it fucked me, because I was so close to the end of it and had essentially little to no health left, and damn it, it pissed me off. I had one guy left and 4 health points. They hit me once, fucked me, and I died, and I was pissed, to say the least. We look like we might pull this off. Ah, we did it! Fucking A! God damn, this thing was a bitch. I wasted a lot of hours getting to this point that you didn't see in video form. Because, goddamn, this was difficult. You search the bodies for anything of value, but cannot escape the question that echoes in your mind. Who or what have you unleashed here today? Hey, look at the gold token.
We are bound now. The final moments approach, and with each moment accelerate.
3 new cards to play with. 3 new pieces of gear to play with. All right. So we're going to go back in here, and I'm going to break down the deck so that you can kind of see what is left. Or what you need for this. The first thing, there's a shitload of gambits, dice gambits mainly. So you're going to want to make sure you have the Wanderer, Calbajorn. And that's because of the bonus dice perk that he gives. He was completely necessitable in actually completing this. I've used, during this playthrough, I've used the Blacksmith, I tried the Trickster. The only one I didn't try until this time was him. Definitely the most useful change I think I made as far as that goes. Looking at your encounters, some of the ones you're gonna want. This one for sure, the Demon RA, is a platinum card. You're gonna want that because if you can roll the right number for the dice on her, which is an 18, she will remove all of the curses that you have up to that point. So hopefully you would get her in the first or second level, and if you get her in the second level, which is where you have the pain curse come in, and you basically lose 10 health every single encounter, she's definitely useful to have. The Man-Eating Tree and Winter Solstice, both of those will give you max life. You've seen me use those in other videos. One of the other big ones that was extremely useful was this one here. I was able to use this card to gather a lot of food. That is one.
I learned patience. This, however, stretches even me.
All right, you're real fucking angry. The Wetland Ambush is another one because you're going to want to make sure you have plenty of food, and that is because the first piece of this 4-piece system is going to take 2 food every time you land on something. So make sure you have plenty of food to make sure you don't starve. The second one, the curse that it gives you is basically a pain encounter card every time, which will take 10 health every time you start an encounter. The third one is something that gives you a curse with every single fucking card that you turn over. So there's a lot of variety to that, and that's where things can get a little goofy. But having this card, and potentially, if you have the gold to get her, the other one that is super useful is gonna be the healer, which I don't have it in here apparently, but the healer is definitely useful because it essentially gives you 2 chances to remove curses if you have the gold or fame to do so. One other piece of advice is in this first setup. What you're going to want to do when you first load into this one. In fact, I'll actually show you this part because I figured out this was actually more beneficial to me than what I was doing originally. And I think this was one of the biggest changes I made going back through it, because every way you approach these curses, especially this first one, changes the way you do things. So if you go in here, you're going to immediately get the Mayor's Blessing, which you can trade off later because it serves a purpose, but not as useful as you would hope. You come in here, do not take the goblet away. Do not do that. Shake one of them. You'll wake him up. Do not take it. Do not take the goblet. Take his place. You sit there, and instead of losing max life, you now just lose life outright. And that may sound like a shitty deal, but let me show you So 17. Now, this is where he comes in. You accept another die. No matter what we roll here. 23. Boom. We beat that on the first go and lost 10 health as opposed to losing 10, 20, even 30 max health. So that right there was definitely one of the biggest changes that I made in how I approached this particular scenario. Ultimately, this one turned out to be probably the biggest pain in the ass so far, just because I'm going to go ahead and forfeit this because we've already completed it. Just because of how ridiculous it was and how you had to have the perfect combination of luck and cards, like the absolute perfect combination to actually get it pulled off. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut this video here. Basically, I just wanted to give you a rundown of the cards that I used to finish this and show you the end of that scenario because I knew that was where we had stopped. It appears we're getting real fucking close to the end. Looks like there's 2 left. The moon and the sun. I don't know what's going to come up with these because these last 2 have really started to kind of push that narrative forward about how we're releasing this evil into the world via the cards. So I'm curious to see where we go. Yeah, the next video, we're going to go ahead and start the moon campaign, run through it and see where we land. And if all goes well on it, we'll jump into the sun in what may be one of the final videos of the playthrough. I'm real excited to kind of get to the end. We'll also probably just check out the adventures and the endless mode in a video in and of themselves, just because I'm curious what they are. They are part of the expansions, which I did buy. I will admit I do enjoy this game very much, so that was something I wanted to do. And then, of course, there will be the review or season finale, which is all coming up real soon. So all of that is coming down the pipe. I want to say thank you guys for watching this video. It is graciously appreciated, and thank you guys for hanging out with me through this. I have learned a lot during this Let's Play, and we have a whole lot more coming down the pipe, including the new Hellblade Let's Play that is currently airing live on Sundays and then being cut up for YouTube videos that will air Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday, depending on how much content I get on Sundays. The Discord is open and available. Be sure to jump into the Discord, come hang out with the Coalition of Madmen, and follow all of the streamers that are a part of that group of individuals, myself, Knighted Bishop, Chaotic King, Yeetum to the Leadum, and Digitazooey. And last but not least, if you haven't done so already, please be sure to like and follow us on Facebook, and or check out YouTube and click the like and subscribe button, ring that notification bell to make sure you don't miss a video. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Offensive Madman, reminding you once again that if words offend you, you can fuck off.